A major federal crackdown led by U.S. Customs and Border Protection targeted child sexual exploitation material on cruise ships at the port of San Diego between 23rd and 27. CBP agents boarded 8 vessels, including the Disney Magic, and interviewing 28 crew members suspected of CSEM involvement. Of those, 27 were found to have received, possessed, transported, distributed, or viewed child pornography, resulting in immediate visa cancellations and deportations. 10 of the arrested worked for Disney Magic, mostly from the Philippines, with others from Portugal and Indonesia. Passengers witnessed staff being handcuffed and taken away, with one guest even filming her head waiter's arrest. Disney Cruise Line emphasized zero tolerance policy, confirming that implicated employees were terminated. The operation is part of a broader effort to combat exploitation crimes tied to cruise lines, following similar stings in Florida. Migrant rights groups criticizing the enforcement, urging more transparency and better protection for workers. The case underscores the complex intersection of immigration, criminal justice, and corporate responsibility in cruise industry. Yeah, that's massive, yo. And like indicating from um the Florida one with like 150 not employees, but like organized sex ring damn near. But like there were some employees that worked at Disney that got caught up, and that was a big story back in 2022, 2023. But again, like we talk about, like it just seems like it's normalized that people are doing this, or um it's more aware now because of social media. And what can we do about, you really don't know what you can do,
Mm.
because you can't look through their social media, you can't look through their phones. There's just what's it called, their backgrounds and everything, their past employers and stuff, but that's all you could really do. So it's kind of hard to weed out the pedophiles at this point, and it's super dangerous. Like you really got to watch out for your kids. Um, People feel like nowadays you can't. The Why aren't kids out having fun, playing outside because of this situation? Like nowadays, it's just, you just don't know with everybody that has that mindset that you know preying on kids is a good thing.
And they're just people just seem so comfortable with it.
Yeah, yeah. It's so disturbing, man. And I don't know if this is like a distraction to whatever else is going on around the world, but I don't see media people actually talking about this, or it's big news on any news outlets right now. But it's a serious it's just serious that I have kids, that's the thing, and we can't do normal things or let them go play outside without my anxiety spiking up. Like, oh, is someone gonna come around and just try to take my kids and stuff? Like, no, you parents nowadays got to be wary, and you can't even, not even that, like your uncles or like your family members too. You just don't know people's lives, and
Mm-hmm.
it's super disturbing.
So other times it could be the people that's closest to you, and that's scary as hell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Make
The
sure you guys are creating a safe space for your children to feel comfortable to come to you for anything. That's the first step, is to make sure that your child feels comfortable talking to you about whatever.
Yeah, that's true. The operation was part of the Operation Tidal Wave, a broader federal initiative targeting CSEM across various transport sectors. That too. Yeah, just crackdowns. I'm glad there's crackdowns on that, but there's more higher ups that should be exposed too. But during the Epstein files, nothing is happening. It just seems like that was just to be normalized. Like, oh yeah, there's groups out here that are doing this, so link up with them. Like, it's super disturbing. At least 4 crew members from Holland, America's MV Zaandam, were also arrested alongside Disney staff. The detained individuals were processed in Los Angeles before being deported. Migrants' rights groups have condemned the arrest as abduction and raised concerns about denial of due process and consular access. If they knew the that they had child pornography and everything, they would think differently. But I feel like people are just like their rights are being taken away, they're being deported, but they're criminals at this point. Praise pedos preying on other kids. If people knew about that more often, then they would say, "Hey, yeah." But then they're gonna think like, "Oh, but they still need due process." Bro, seriously? Separately, more than 150 people, including Disney World employees and contractors, were arrested in undercover human trafficking and child exploitation stings in Florida, highlighting a wider pattern of such crimes linked to Disney affiliate workers. Oh, and having those employees so close to their kids, you know, it's just a whole hub of preying on children.
Yep.
Is super dangerous. You have Roblox, nothing is safe on there. You have people just praying because, again, it's a hub of children. So that's where they're going to mostly migrate. So it's disturbing as hell. But yeah, moral of the story is just keep your kids safe. Um, the one thing with my niece, she was on the Disney cruise and she told me she was walking around by herself and stuff, and that is just disturbing itself. Like, yeah, I trust her to like weave out all the bad people and everything and like stay safe, but like, anything could have happened that during that time. um just don't let your kids it's just don't let your kids out alone by themselves and stuff. But yeah, be safe, y'all. Be safe, okay? Be safe. Comment below you guys thoughts on that. Yeah, it's a big story of this week.